Born with privacy, right? So I hope they can have that as they grow. And none of my children want to be in front of the camera at this time. They're quite private. Shiloh's extremely private. When Shiloh Jolie-Pitt walked out of that dance studio in April 2025, something had changed. The girl who once insisted on being called John and wore only suits was gone. In her place stood someone who looked exactly like a young Angelina Jolie. The same piercing blue eyes, the same lips. Even the way she smiled felt identical. But this transformation wasn't just about looks. Scientists say she inherited Angelina's dominant traits in ways that seem almost impossible. And what happened next shocked everyone who thought they knew this family. In 2006, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie made a surprising decision that captured the world's attention. They chose to have their first biological child not in Los Angeles, London, or Paris, but in a quiet coastal town in Namibia called Swakopmund. It wasn't a random pick. It was a strategic move to escape the media storm that followed them everywhere. Namibia had something Hollywood couldn't offer: silence, distance, and control. The government even helped secure their privacy by sending out police and kicking out foreign photographers. The region's governor called it an honor. And by April that year, the couple had quietly checked into a private resort. Bodyguards and local police made sure no outsiders got close. Then, on May 27, 2006, their daughter was born. They named her Shiloh Jolie-Pitt. Namibia granted her citizenship right away. That made Shiloh one of the rare celebrity children with dual citizenship. From birth, the security was so tight that hospital workers had to sign non-disclosure agreements. At least 4 photographers who tried to sneak in were deported. It was a birth wrapped in secrecy, but also in meaning. Even her name told a story. Shiloh comes from Hebrew and means Messiah or peaceful one. It's not just from a baby name book. It's a name from ancient prophecy, tied to peace and leadership. For Angelina, it carried even more weight. Years earlier, her parents had wanted to name their first child Shiloh, but that child never arrived. The pregnancy ended in miscarriage. Naming her daughter Shiloh was her way of honoring that memory. Her middle name means new in French, a new start, a new peace. And when the name was revealed, it quickly spread. Baby name trends changed. Overnight, everyone wanted to name their child Shiloh. Inside the clinic, things didn't start easy. Shiloh was in a breech position, which meant Angelina needed a C-section. Her doctor flew in from Los Angeles just to do the procedure, but the tension melted into laughter. Angelina later said she laughed so hard she cried. Her mother, also in the hospital under a fake name, was on the phone with her. Both women were medicated, both emotional. Brad filmed the whole thing on a handheld camera. Later, he called it a peaceful moment they'd never forget. But their gratitude didn't stop with words. After the birth, Brad and Angelina donated $300,000 to maternity wards in Namibia. They also pledged $15,000 for a local school and community center. What could have been a media disaster became a calm, generous moment that Namibia would remember forever. Then something even more unexpected happened. When Shiloh was just 2, she asked to be called John. Brad revealed this during an interview with Oprah in 2008. It wasn't a joke. Shiloh corrected anyone who used her birth name. If someone said Shiloh, she said, John. Sometimes she wanted to be called Peter, like the character from Peter Pan. Her family respected it. At breakfast, Brad would ask, John, do you want orange juice? And she'd reply, no. It lasted for years, and it wasn't something they hid. They supported her, loved her, and followed her lead. The public noticed. So did the press. And then came the outfits. Shiloh didn't like dresses. Not at all. She wanted tracksuits, suits, ties. Even as a toddler, she made her fashion choices clear. Angelina said she dressed Montenegro style. Slacks, jackets, no skirts. At age 8, Shiloh walked the red carpet with her brothers in a black suit and tie. Her short haircut made her look even more confident. And it wasn't for show. Angelina once said she wants to be a boy. She thinks she's one of the brothers. Angelina didn't hide any of it. She talked openly about her daughter's choices. In a 2010 Vanity Fair interview, she said Shiloh wanted to be a boy. She didn't sugarcoat it. She simply told the truth. In another interview, she said, "It's not for the world to interpret anything. She wants her hair cut like a boy. She wanted to be called John for a while." These statements shook the public. No other A-list celebrity had spoken so frankly about a child's gender identity. Angelina didn't back down. She believed in unconditional love, and she showed it. Not everyone applauded. Some media outlets accused Angelina of pushing Shiloh toward gender nonconformity. Online forums exploded with speculation. Was it Brad's idea? Was it Angelina's influence? Rumors said the couple disagreed on how to handle it, but Brad stood firm. He said he supported Shiloh 100%. If Shiloh identifies as a boy, Brad is behind her all the way. Still, the noise didn't stop. On September 14, 2016, everything changed for Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, and their 6 children. They were flying on a private jet from France to Los Angeles. But instead of a peaceful trip, it turned into a nightmare. According to court documents and FBI reports, Brad was already upset. Before they even boarded, he had argued with one of the kids. Once the jet was in the air, things got worse. He accused Angelina of siding too much with the children. The argument quickly got physical. Jolie said Brad pulled her into the bathroom, grabbed her by the head and shoulders, and shoved her into a wall. The kids, aged 8 to 15, stepped in to protect their mother. In the chaos, Brad allegedly choked one of them and hit another in the face. But it didn't stop there. According to Angelina's legal filings, he poured beer on her, and then beer and red wine on the kids. They were left crying, wrapped in blankets, shaken and scared. Even after the plane landed, Brad wouldn't let them leave right away. They sat there for another 20 minutes, trapped and traumatized. News of the incident exploded. Just days later, the FBI and Los Angeles Child Welfare Services launched an investigation into Brad Pitt for child abuse.